Hey guys, so in my conquest to try and build some of these old cars, I need to clean some parts up. And I've got a parts washer which does a reasonable job, but what I want to try and do is I really wanted an ultrasonic washer to really get in and do that final clean. And the issue I've had is that they're really expensive. I'm going to attempt to make a crude version. It's not ultrasonic, but it may well do the job using an old cheap orbital sander and a bucket. Alright, so the most difficult part I think of this is actually going to be trying to work out how to attach my sander to my bucket so that it doesn't fall off. Obviously I can't screw holes through the bottom of it because I don't want it to leak. I want it to be nice and watertight. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and use some cable ties and work out some sort of method to attach the sander to the rim of the bucket with cable ties. What I'm going to do now is give it a go. Once I thought about it, it was actually pretty easy because I just used the, there's a little lip around the base of the bucket. I drilled a couple of holes in that and a few cable ties later, there you go, there is a sander well and truly connected to the bottom of the bucket. So now, all I need to do is fill the bucket up with cleaning solution, hang it up, and now all I need to do is try it out. Alright, so now I have my parts washer all sorted out. For my test subjects, I've got these old 911 cylinders and they're all wrecked and rubbish anyway, so they're all at a similar level of filthiness. I'm not even going to run it through the normal parts washer first. I'm just going to try dipping them with all the built up crud on them into my, my parts cleaner. So I've done a bit of research. I'm trying to work out what the best cleaning solution is to use, and I've come up with two options. One is straight like degreaser and water mix on one of them, and then I'm going to try a kerosene and diesel mix on the other, and see what we come up with. I know the kerosene and diesel is a lot more dangerous. I'm a firefighter, so I'm sort of aware of that. I have a lid for my bucket, and diesel is very difficult to light at the best times anyway. You have a puddle on the ground and try and light it with a lighter, it won't light. So I'm not overly concerned with that. So I'm going to put them in with my lid on my bucket and leave it for an hour or so each and see what they do. Alright, and I'm going roughly 50-50 with the degreaser solution and water. Alright, that's on. Now I'm going to leave it for about an hour and come back and see what we got. I'm now realising that this is really noisy, so I'm going to move it outside. It's still going to be loud, but at least it's not going to drone me out too much. Outside. Alright, this has been outside for about an hour now and working away, and to be honest, I'm not overly impressed. There's still a whole heap of crud on the outside of this. I mean, I didn't bother trying to wash any of it off first, but it doesn't really seem to have done that much to it. So I'm going to sit this one aside. This is going to be test case 1. Empty this stuff out, fill it up with my diesel and kero mix, and give it another go. Alright, cylinder number 2, equally gritty and gross. Chuck that into my bucket. Alright, I guesstimate that's about a 70-30 mixed diesel to kero, so let's see how it works. Alright, this has been going for another hour or so, so let's just have a look and see what we got. Well, the mix doesn't look that dirty. It's sort of cleanish in the fins, but there's still this big heavy caked on gunk that it hasn't really moved. Alright, and for round 3, I'm just going to try and scrub it in the old parts washer and scrub it by hand, and we'll have a look. But I got a sneaky suspicion this is going to work the best. So let's give this a go. All right, and there we have it. There are our 3 test results. We have degreaser and water solution. You can see this corrosion already starting on this, and it's only been 2 hours or so since I did it. So that's not great, and you can still see the level of gunk that's still stuck on this. It didn't really loosen up much at all. Number 2, that's the diesel and Kero solution. Again, there's heaps of gunk on here. Didn't really loosen it up, didn't really clean it that well. And when you go to number 3, with a bit of scrubbing, the parts cleaner, I think the scrubbing wins it. I think it's just, unfortunately, a bit of elbow grease is the best option. To me, I think that makes the homemade ultrasonic cleaner a bit of a bust. From my results, it doesn't work. Good old hand scrubbing beats them hands down. If you guys have managed to make it work and have a solution or have suggestions, I'm open to hear them. But I've seen lots of these videos on YouTube, but not actually coming up with any real results. There's some real results. So if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to Home Built by Jeff, and you can follow some of the experience of my builds on my old classic cars as well. See you guys.